There are some monsters in My Singing Monsters who are very easy to get, but there are some that are extremely hard to get. So today we're going to be going over the top 10 hardest monsters to get in My Singing Monsters, and if you have one of these monsters, comment down below because that is very impressive. So let's start off with number 10, and that is going to be the Ethereal Island or Magical Sanctum Dipsters. Now these dipsters cost 7 keys each, and the only way you can get keys is by having your friends give them to you or by getting it out of either the memory game or spinner wheel. Now you can buy them from the shop, but they are extremely expensive. But the only reason that they are number 10 on this list is because My Singing Monsters always does hole-in-one sales, and that means that they're only 1 key each, and you know, that's pretty easy to get. So moving on to number 9, and that is going to be Bamebith. Now I still don't even have this monster. I've been trying since it came out. Now first of all, you're going to need a quad monster on Ethereal Workshop to even try to get Bamebith, and you're going to need so many meebs to try to get this monster Bamebith, and the odds of him getting it are extremely rare, and you guys probably know if you've been trying to get him. He's just so hard to get, takes like at least 10 tries, and there's nothing you can do to increase the chances of getting him, which makes it even worse. But anyways, let's move on to number 8 on our list, and that is going to be Epic Seasonals. Now most of you guys are familiar with seasonal monsters. They only come out during a specific time of the year, and that means that they're very hard to get because you have to get them while they are out during their season. Now Epic Seasonals are even harder to get than seasonals just because of their, you know, breeding chances. So since they're very rare to get and they're only available for a limited time, that makes them super rare. So shout out to you guys if you have any Epic Seasonals. But anyways, moving on to number 7 on our list, and that is going to be Wublin monsters, and specifically Drumroll. Now Wublin statues are very easy to get. They're only like 10,000 coins. You know, they range, but they're very cheap to get. But the thing that makes them very hard is because of the amount of eggs that you need to zap. Now let's take a look at Drumroll's inventory. There is so many monsters you need to zap, and if you wanted to just fill them up, it would take so many diamonds. So yeah, that's the main reason Drumroll is on this list, just because of the amount of monsters you need to breed to zap into him to wake him up. Now for number 6 on our list, we have Celestial monsters, and specifically Galvana. Now for Celestial monsters, you need to pay around like 100 diamonds. It varies just like Wublin's, but the average is about 100 diamonds to get a statue. And the amount of eggs you need to zap to any Celestial is even more than Wublin's, and specifically Galvana. Sometimes they do sales on the diamonds to get the statues, but just filling them up is extremely hard to do. So let's move on to number 5, and this is going to be any Amber Island monster, and specifically Candlevera. Now Amber Island monsters are the hardest to get out of any zapping monsters, and the reason for this is because of the amount of eggs you need to zap, and also each vessel is only available for a limited time, and you only have the amount of time that it's available to fill up to the egg, and you know, that just makes it way harder. If you have Candlevera, shout out to you, and especially rare Candlevera, that's even crazier. But anyways, let's move on to number 4 on our list, and this is going to be the Quint Fire expansions. Now, to get these monsters, you have to have a good Amber Island, which is why it is above Amber Island monsters, and they are 500 relics each, which is insane. I'm pretty sure they like go on sale for 250 if I'm not mistaken. But even then, 250 is still a ton, and you're gonna need a good Amber Island to get them. But also for number 4, we have the rare Quint Fire expansions, and to get these, you have to have tribal islands with, you know, a good tribe, or just saving up tons of star power. It's gonna be 7,500 when they're on sale, or 1,500 full price. Pretty insane, but if you have a good tribal island, they're not too hard, so we're mainly focusing on the common Quint Fire expansions. Now for the top 3, number 3 on our list, we have Epic Ethereal monsters. This includes Epic Ghast, Grumpire, Geode, all of them, Rebro 2, and Humbug. Now these monsters are literally the only reason that makes them hard to get is because of their breeding chances. Now they're only available for a limited time, but they come around quite a bit. But like, it's literally like less than 1% chance to breed these, I'm pretty sure. If not, maybe just like 1%. Because normal Ghast, we know, is a 1% chance. So Epic Ethereals have to be less than 1%, which is crazy. but the only thing putting it below number 2 is because when you retry the breeding, it's pretty cheap because you use a triple and a double, if I'm not mistaken. And anyways, let's go to number 2, and that's gonna be rare ethereals. Now you might be thinking, rare ethereals must be easier to get because rares are more common than epics. But you're actually going to be wrong, because for rare ethereals, let's take Ghast for example. For epic Ghast, you have to breed T-Rox and Furcorn, but if you want to breed rare Ghast, it's going to be Entbrat and T-Rox, and that's just way more gems to speed up, and it took me personally much longer to get rare Ghast than epic Ghast, and that is going to be why it is number 2 on our list.
And I just want to give some honorable mentions, so we'll start off with epic quad element monsters. These are just super hard to breed, and the odds of getting them are very low, and they're also limited time. They're not around a lot, so that's honorable mention number 1. Another honorable mention is rare mythicals. These are similar to rare ethereals, but just not as hard to get, but they are also very, very hard to breed, and there are very low chances of breeding rare mythicals. And the last honorable mention is going to be the newest monster added to the game, the Phosphorian Phlox. This is just because you need 4 epics and also 4 rares, which are pretty hard to get. I mean, it's not going to contend with some of these other monsters, but you know, still pretty hard to get. So those are all the honorable mentions.
But now, for the number 1 hardest monster to get in My Singing Monsters, we have Epic Wubbox on Gold Island. Now for number 1, I'm also going to include all the other Wubboxes. So let's start with the easiest Wubbox to get, and that's just going to be common Wubboxes on any island, specifically natural islands. You know, as a beginner player, it's very hard to get. 75 million coins to buy the Wubbox base, to buy the Wubbox, and then to fill it up, you need every monster on the island. I mean, once you get it down, it's not too bad. There's some sales here and there for like 75% off. That's when I got all of my Wubboxes. But let's move on to the next hardest Wubbox to get, and that's going to be rare Wubboxes on any islands, specifically natural islands. Same thing as the common Wubbox, but for rare Wubbox, it's only 1 star power to get it, and it's much harder to fill up, but that's why it is harder than the common. And then we have epic Wubboxes on all the natural islands. Similar, it's 1 gem, even more hard to fill up, 750 gems to be exact if you want to spend gems on filling it up. But now for one of the most hardest monsters to get in the game is going to be either common or rare Wubbox on Wublin Islands. That's just crazy because you need all of the Wublin's duplicates or all of the rare duplicates to put on it. And if there's ever an epic Wubbox on Wublin Island, that's going to be the hardest of them all. But on Gold Island, common and rare Wubbox are of course extremely hard to get, but of course epic gold Wubbox is the hardest monster in the entire game to get, because you have 5 stages. There's so many monsters, epic monsters you have to zap. It's just crazy. But if you guys have any of these monsters, comment down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.